hello, sir?
Two strangers, emissaries from the world above.
Yeah, hi. I'm Detective Grimoire, and this is Sally.
State your business, and speak only the truth.
Well, we're here on the request of the captain.
Impossible. The captain is dead. Unless you received a missive from beyond the veil. I should have foreseen this, but now that I'm faced with it, it seems inevitable.
No, sorry, she meant the new captain. Captain Sifo.
Cynthia?
She's asked us to investigate the murder of Magnus Mortuga. We have to talk to all the suspects.
Speaking of, can I ask your name?
Zacharias Zephyr, the Dream Doctor.
A dream doctor? I don't think I've met one of those before.
That is correct, you have not. I alone hold the title.
Because you made it up?
That is correct.
You have a pleasant voice, but also... Oh, your vibe is throwing me off. Cool mechanical hand, by the way.
So, Dr. Zephyr, what does a dream doctor do exactly?
He studies the parapsychological qualities of dreams.
Parapsychological?
That's like psychics and telepathy and stuff, isn't it? How does that relate to dreams?
Dreams are transmissions comprised of spirit energy from another dimension.
Oh, sure. I mean, that's common knowledge.
What kind of other dimension?
Spirit energy originates in the spirit realm, of course.
Like the afterlife?
That is but one of many names.
So, have you made any kind of discoveries or breakthroughs?
Nothing I can meaningfully explain to you in your current state.
What about all this stuff in here? What does it all do?
Specialist instruments, most of them too complex or too subtle for you to comprehend.
I don't know. It mostly looks like a bunch of old junk.
It is an unrivaled collection of rare artifacts.
Alright, what's the rarest thing you've got?
My rarest items are not for the viewing public.
Okay, now I have to see what they are.
The pull of the unknown. I realized I should have lied and showed you something of middling rarity to throw you off the scent.
Lesson learned, huh?
How come there's a room like this in the submarine anyway?
When I arrived, it was but a simple infirmary. After I set up my equipment, we renamed it the Dream Chamber.
And how long have you been here?
I was the first person to be invited on board. I joined Magnus here shortly before the submarine's maiden voyage.
So, presumably, you know why Mortuga became a submarine captain?
Why?
Yeah, like, where was he going? What was he doing?
He simply told me he'd acquired a submarine and would be living in it for an undisclosed amount of time.
That's all he told you? Yet surely there was more to it.
I don't doubt it. He was a man of secrets, every bit as much as I.
So when you started off, it was just the two of you. But now it's, what, 8 people?
We were 9 souls, now 8. I'm not counting either of you.
Yeah, I figured.
Why did Mortuga want so many people on the submarine?
Only a few of them were invited on board by Magnus like I was. The others crossed paths with him merely by the winds of fortune.
Again, this man's vibe is... I don't like it.
The last dream before waking. A single phase. Non-lucid. Focus is soft but heavy. All is dark. The endless void. A low voice speaking a forbidden language. Emerging from the beshroudal of the night black sea. A face. Larger than I had known a face could be. I wake. The room is bathed in green light.
A green light? Like from the wooden boy?
Not dissimilar, but 1,000 times more potent. I leave my chambers, heading for the airlock in which I have some business. I meet Cynthia in the parlor as she emerges from the control room. I notice she is clutching the ship's compass. She also appears visibly upset. Like me, Cynthia's on her way to the lowest deck. She departs and I follow behind. I wait as Cynthia converses with Madame Tadpole at the base of the second ladder. Madame Tadpole ascends the ladder. She is moving with haste and purpose. She requests that I go immediately to the storeroom at the end of the corridor.
Did you go?
As soon as I concluded my business.
Which was?
Nothing of great import, merely something I needed to collect from the airlock.
So you went to the airlock, and then you went to the storeroom?
I did. right after I stopped off at my chambers. You understand I first needed to return certain items to their designated storage locations, after which I truly did do as Madame Tadpole had requested. I did ultimately regret my dallying. As it transpired, she had wished to inform me of Magnus Mortuga's death, and there his body lay, in the shadow of his stone cauldron, his blood pooling beneath him. A potent unease was already germinating amongst the group. Doubts were beginning to be sown, and fingers were beginning to point. Magnus Mortuga was a man of great will and great strength. It is hard, still, to accept that he has left us.
Yeah, I'll do the evidence and profile things after I meet every NPC, because I think that would be more interesting. So, what's gonna be over here, I wonder? Oh, we got two peeps.
Sir, if you have a minute, I'm Detective Grimoire, and this is Sal.
Two detectives, one short, one tall. Tried and true.
Hey, I'm really not that much shorter than
But which of you is the funny one?
I'd say it goes back and forth.
You still haven't told us who you are.
The name's Worman. J.D. Worman.
He's an author.
Author, journalist, let's see, what else? Famous, successful, some kind of genius, even. Oh, sure, that's why I got myself trapped in the murder submarine.
I know who you are, Mr. Worman. I've read your book.
Oh, joy, your fans. Of all the places.
I never said I liked the book. Maybe I hated it.
There's no way you hated it. The arcs are too tight. Each chapter leads to the next, beginning, middle, end, and bang, not a line wasted.
Damn, he's right.
Random detail that I'm sure means nothing. I think it's just a stylistic choice, because I've noticed that this game seems to... Because, like, most of the characters have had four-fingered hands, as you do with a cartoony style, but he has the full set of 5. And, like, I'm sure that means nothing. If it ends up meaning something, I'll say, I don't know, but, like, it could be that, like, since he's using his hands so much to emote, and they're so long-fingered, that could, like, that would be a reason to give the proper amount of fingers, I guess. There's no way you didn't like... You know what? Respect for the confidence, honestly. I'm gonna sound a little mean, but... A lot of artists don't have confidence in their own art, so it's refreshing to have a character who does. Because, like, it's so stereotypical to have the tortured artist who's just like, oh, I'm sure you thought it was bad. But, like, no, this guy is just like, nah, I'm good. I know what to do. And I like that. Also, I'm liking this music.
So, Mr. Worman, you're a famous author.
That's what they tell me.
How did you end up on the submarine?
I came of my own volition.
Why?
I wanted somewhere quiet to work on my next novel. Minimal distractions. Not saying it's worked, but...
You're writing a sequel?
Trying to.
Hang on.
Oh.
A sequel to what?
Grimoire, are you not paying attention?
I have to deduce this! That's funny, your comments there.
Ah, there she is. Benefactor and burden both.
Sally, how did you know to bring the book with you?
Because Mr. Worman's local to the area. It says so right here. Hailing from a small fishing town named Silkworm-on-Sea, J.D. Worman moved to the big city to write his first novel.
My publisher wrote that. It's quite true, but she made it sound so saccharine.
So you're from the town, you moved away, and then you came back.
Now, see, you've gone too far in the other direction. That's too utilitarian.
I get going back to your hometown for peace and quiet, but then to end up on the submarine?
How did you even find out about it? Did you already know Mortuga?
Oh, I knew of him. He's a figure of some infamy, submarine included. In fact, it was good to finally put a face to the name after all those years.
So, how'd you like living on the Mortuga submarine?
I will say, as a writer, it's a boon to be aboard this thing. The whole place is dripping with human narrative stories practically leaking out of the walls. It's also a lot noisier than I thought it'd be. I couldn't have guessed Mortuga would basically be running a bed and breakfast down here.
It was already busy when you arrived?
Mm-hmm. Before the arrival of Mariana Moon, Dirk and I were the last two to join the gang.
It's kind of surprising there was still a bunk room free at that point.
Well, I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
What's it like sharing a room with Dirk?
Oh, we get on like a house on fire, 2 peas in a pod, that's us.
And what about everyone else?
It's a fascinating little microcosm, utterly discordant and yet somehow harmonious. At least that's how it felt before the captain was murdered.
Oh, that's just the tab switching. I'm dumb. I thought, like, ask about the basics. Alright. Testimony time.
Night rolls around and I can't sleep, as usual. I say night. I'm referring to the indistinctive block of time we on the submarine have agreed to collectively refer to as night. Anyway, I'm wide awake, so I stay up to get some writing done. I don't want to deprive Dirk of his beauty sleep, so I took my typewriter out into the mess hall.
Was anyone else in there?
Godric came up a few minutes later. Brought some kind of busy work with him. So there we were, whiling away until I look up and see this woman. Mariana Moon, apparently. Good name. Probably fake, but good. She got straight to work trying to extract my entire life story, but then Mortuga shows up and we all go quiet. The guy looked miserable, and he passed straight through the room like a ghost. But before he leaves, he asks us to show Mariana around the submarine. I really didn't have the energy, so I made an excuse and left. I slept for barely an hour before a big jerk wakes me up. I'm not talking about Dirk. I mean, the submarine, it moved, tilted. Anyway, I tried to get back to sleep, but no. Now there's a scream. Dirk and I follow the sound all the way down the corridor. Symmetry's frozen in place in the doorway at the end. And behind her, Mortuga, dead, laying in front of some ancient stone cauldron. The lid of the thing flung open, like something had just burst out of it. The whole scene was otherworldly, like a painting. Then Madame Tadpole arrived, with just about everyone else trailing behind her.
Tadpole brought everyone with her, so she already knew about the murder.
From what I gather, she discovered the body and then left to go get everybody else. And you know, I really didn't want to get in her way, so I returned to my room to await further instruction.
Did you go back to sleep?
No, I couldn't. I went back to work. Figured I'd be better off keeping busy, you know.
So she discovered the body, but so far from the testimonies we've gathered, of the people we've talked to, Symmetry's the one who is implied to have found it. Although Dr. Zephyr says he bumped into Tadpole. Wait, crap. No. There's another witness in there.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's going good, I think.
Awesome, yeah. I'm Dirk, by the way. Who are you guys?
I'm Grimoire, and this is Sally.
Oh, cool. So you're the detectives?
Yeah, we're here to investigate the murder of Magnus Mortuga.
Oh, yeah, it's a major bummer, honestly. He was a pretty stand-up guy. I mean, you know, sure, kind of an oddball, but like in a good way, you know? I mean, he was
Dirk, you didn't tell us your surname.
Oh, right. Sorry. Dirk Dansom, actor. So, yeah, anyway, hi, and what can I do for you folks?
He's adorable. Can I keep him?
No, you'll forget to feed him.
I would, yeah.
I'm liking this guy's energy. He's so chill. I hope he's not the murderer. That would be insane, but...
So, Dirk, you're an actor. What kind?
Oh, well, so for ages, I just did commercials. And then about a year ago, I finally got cast in a movie.
Nice. Anything I've seen?
Well, it's called Hex of the Helmsman. I played the helmsman.
Marcus Mordoom?
Oh, you've seen it?
No, but I read the book.
Oh, man, the book is gnarly. I mean, I'm not usually one for reading, but I actually finished it. Yeah, the whole thing.
Congrats.
The author's a stand-up dude, too.
J.D. Worman. You know him?
Well, yeah, he's sitting right over there. You should go talk to him. Super friendly, loves meeting new people.
I bet.
Was your movie a success, Dirk?
Yeah, man, it's making megabucks.
Are you going to make a sequel?
Well, they want to move on that ASAP, but, we're not ready to start filming yet.
And what? You're taking your vacation on a submarine while you wait?
No, I'm just tagging along here with Worman. Yeah, he wanted to take a trip out here, and I figured, the more the merrier.
Huh. Worman didn't mention that.
What do you make of the Mortuga submarine?
Man, this place is wild. It's like something out of a weird old book. Nobody back home is gonna believe any of it.
How do you like living here?
Honestly, mixed bag. So I love meeting all the weirdos that ended up down here. All kinds of people I'd normally never rub shoulders with, But man, is it dark. I mean, there's no sun, no day, no night. You barely even feel the time passing. Listen, if you're not careful, it'll get you. No, for real.
You seem to be holding out.
Ha, well, thanks. So far so good.
How long has it been?
Worman and I arrived a couple of weeks ago. We're the most recent arrivals, aside from Mariana.
It's lucky they still had this room free. You ended up with pretty nice living quarters.
I guess. I never really thought about it.
Dirk, you're basically just a passenger, am I right? You don't have a job here on the submarine?
Well, I set myself personal goals.
Like what?
Like, I was trying to find out everyone's birthday. I got Cynthia's, Grip's, Tadpole's. Oh man, that one took some doing. Yeah, she does not like to share personal info, let me tell you.
Huh.
Tortuga, though, brick wall. He would not give me the goods.
That's... I like how... I'm liking this game's soundtrack. Alright. Alright. Is yours gonna be terrifying too? Let's see.
I got woken up when the submarine did a weird kind of movement, like a sudden tilt. It woke Worman up too. So yeah, we were both sitting there, awake, not sure what's going on. At some point, I got curious what time it was, so I looked at my watch. But as I was looking at it, it freaked out. Or the hands moving all over, like they were trying to point in all directions at once, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I didn't have any more time to think about it since then we heard the scream. Yeah, Worman and I left our room, went through the mess hall and towards the storeroom at the end. It was unlocked. Sim was standing in the doorway. Mortuga was on the floor, totally dead. I tried to help Sim, pull her away. Worman, though, he just stood there, staring. Didn't look away once. It was like he was trying to commit it to memory or something. Although, I don't think he noticed the person outside.
Sorry, what?
Outside the submarine. Yeah, I saw someone swim down past the window. I couldn't tell who it was, though.
Okay. What did you do next?
I wasn't sure what to do, to be honest. Luckily, Tadpole showed up a short while later, and she kind of took charge. Grip and Cynthia showed up next, then Mariana, then Zephyr. Tadpole wanted to know what had happened, but nobody had any answers for her. It was bad vibes all around. Sim and Cynthia left first, then Worman, then me and Mariana. We left around the same time. So, yeah, I went back to my room. Worman was there already. He'd gone straight back to work. And, that's all I got. Can I stop talking now?
Intriguing. So that's the airlock. Checking in, how's the game going? The game's been going good. It's been good. You missed this hot air balloon guy whose testimony was fucking terrifying. Despite his vibe. Take and confirm. His testimony was by far the eeriest one. Okay, I'm glad we're okay. I was hoping this would be the this lady. No, that's fair, Husk. I was just saying that, like, okay, so far, just to recap what we've gotten so far is the guy died over here. She was over here. They were discussing about a magic act gone wrong. The ship suddenly tilted. Meanwhile, the writer was in the mess hall trying to write. Hot air balloon guy was there. And then the new woman showed up. And still the night of the murder. Mortuga is seen going past. He goes to this room implied. While they're touring down here, the ship lurches, and they start hearing noises, including a thud and scrape. And then, after the one lady leaves, the dude hears scraping and what sounds like must have been a struggle of some kind. Actor guy didn't actually witness much, but he was there with the group that discovered the body, and also meeting the new woman that we're about to talk to. And the character that I'm grateful is being met last is Madame Tadpole, who is implied to have discovered the body.
Weary travelers. Take a seat by the fire, shake out your boots.
We're not weary travelers.
Then why do you both look so haggard and trail-worn?
Ouch. There goes my self-esteem for the rest of the day.
We're detectives.
They are
I'm
both,
Warren
like,
and
pale
Sally.
white.
We're here investigating.
I mean,
the
it's a
murder of
stylistic
Ortega,
choice, but...
your previous captain.
My captain? Never. My captain is the moonlight as it shimmers across the lake. My captain is the wind as it whispers through the valley.
Who is this woman?
No idea. I kind of like her though.
My name is Moon. Mariana Moon.
Aha. And what do you do?
I do not do. I simply am.
Huh. I like your vibe, lady.
So, what, you're just some random traveler?
A traveler, yes, but random, never. I'm here because I chose to be. I've been searching for the Mortuga submarine for some time, you know.
How come?
How come? This thing is the motherlode.
I like the detail of the acting, like...
Of whispered half-truth, of murky rumor, of stories unspoken.
I want to say, I love the detail that they actually, like it actually sounded like she had something in her mouth. Like, that's... I like that. They didn't let that just be an animation thing. Hell yeah. I know that's not a complicated detail, but it's a detail I'm appreciating nonetheless.
No, like urban myths and stuff.
Right. Urban myths and stuff.
So, you're a historian.
Historian, storyteller, rambler, ambler, fireside gambler.
How long have you been here?
Well, let's see. I arrived a few hours before the captain was murdered.
Oh, dang. Really?
Quite the story, isn't it?
But you're just on the submarine because you find it interesting.
Would that be such a crime?
No. Murder's a crime, I'm pretty sure.
A merciless wind rattles the rotting wood of the old silkworm harbor. The shadow of a vessel lurking low in the night-black water. A mysterious stranger steps onto her foredeck. Cloaked in darkness, she slips inside the submarine. Who is she? What is her dark purpose?
It's you. We get it.
A mysterious stranger, I said. She descends into an ornate parlour, empty, save for a lone figure standing by the fire.
So, not empty.
He turns, his face still half hidden in flickering shadow. It is Captain Magnus Mortuga.
What was he like?
Nice guy. Stoic, but polite. Kind. He tells me to wait in the control room and then disappears off towards the back of the ship. After a little while, he comes back. But now, he's a slightly different man.
What do you mean?
The light is gone from his eyes. He seems sad, angry. He avoids my gaze as he crosses the room to take hold of the wheel. He tells me to head down the ladder towards the mess hall. Doing so, I encounter two gentlemen named Mr. Worman and Mr. Grip. Neither of them look like sailors, so I know they can't be crew. I assume they must be guests like me. And true enough, it transpires that Mr. Worman is a writer and Mr. Grip is, some kind of watch repairman.
Okay, she didn't mention the ship lurking, tilting. And I'm not remembering. Worman said he was woken by the ship jerking. And this is the first testimony to actually mention the control room. So, right before... I wonder what the timeline is with the ship surfacing. Because clearly it must have surfaced for her to get on board. So, it surfaced, it woke people up. So, what is this, Auntie? This is a murder mystery game. And I'm intrigued because it's called a Mermaid Mask, and we have seen no such mask. There have been mysterious figures outside. This is, I believe, the third game in a series of detective games of a character named Detective Grimoire. Solid game so far, but... Okay, so, ship surfaced, woke people up, she boards, meets the captain, waits in the control room, he leaves, comes back, and it seems that something has, like, made him dejected. Huh.
Captain Mortuga reappears, descending the ladder. He asks the two men to show me around the submarine and introduce me to the others.
Ads? Alright, I'll politely ramble until you're out of ads. He's just rotating. Tell me when y'all are out of the ads again. Well, I guess I made the ads very short, so... What a weird timeline. Alright, so I believe I do have the ads set for 30 seconds, so that's a good confirmation. But... I'm still ruminating on the timeline. He asked the two men to show me around the submarine and introduce me to the
Then
others.
he disappears through the rear corridor. It's the last time I see him alive. Mr. Worman apologizes, explains he's too tired, and leaves through the opposite corridor. Mr. Grip, unable to come up with such an excuse, agrees to show me around. Now, I wrote this down in my diary, so I may as well let you read it.
Oh. Well, that's forthcoming.
Imagine my excitement to finally get a good look around the Mortuga submarine. I was even given a tour by one of Mortuga's subordinates, a Mr. Godric Grip.
I like that this is narrated.
We began by visiting a bizarre laboratory known as the Dream Chamber. It smelled of dried herbs and dusty glass, but was devoid of its dream custodian. An early disappointment. The captain's cabin was locked. Mr. Grip explained how Captain Mortuga mostly keeps this room locked when it's not in use. We climbed down into the living quarters, where a pair of bunk rooms sat at the end of a corridor. The first smelled of crane dust and unwatered flowers. A young woman was laying in her bed, poring over an old document.
Okay, so she pronounced crayon as crane, which... Man, I wish I knew more about dialects, because apparently that's one of the dialect indicators for the various accents that exist in English.
She hastily hid the document away and introduced herself as Miss Cynthia Seaford, a name to remember, dear reader, as she will shortly become quite important. The second bunk room smelled of aftershave and desperation. The two men within, Mr. James Werman and Mr. Dirk Dansom, both appeared to be asleep, so we decided not to intrude. Next on the tour, a room inhabited, by the looks of things, by a young child who is also a stage magician. Sadly, this mythical child magician is nowhere to be seen. The room at the very end of the hallway was sealed with a heavy bulkhead door. Mr. Grip dismissed it as a storeroom that only Captain Mortuga makes use of. Perhaps you'll agree with me, dear reader, when I suggest the peculiarity of a simple storeroom being sealed off with such a significant door. Mr. Grip took me down to the cargo hold. It smells of damp wood and tarred rope. Yes, I describe it in the present tense, for it is here I sit as I write this very diary. Next door, the engine room, burnished bronze and tea-stained parchment. I learned that it's something of a nest for Mr. Grip himself, and thus was currently unoccupied. Outside, I encountered a Dr. Zacharias Zephyr, the aforementioned keeper of the dream chamber. Surprised to see us, he nearly dropped the empty glass bottle he was carrying.
Empty glass bottle. I believe Symmetry said that the bottle had a liquid?
Clearly wishing to remove himself from the situation, the good doctor muttered something inaudible and disappeared up the ladder. We continued on into the next room, which I was amused to discover was some kind of shimmering mermaid grotto. I smelled her before I saw her. The unmistakable mix of salt, seaweed, and sequined spandex. It can only be Madame Tadpole, a name which may be familiar to long-time readers of this diary. Tadpole and I caught up, while Mr. Grip skulked in the doorway, clearly hoping this would mark the end of the tour, but it did not, dear reader. It did not.
Right, so, yes, I can see there's one more room to visit. Mr. Grip insists it's just the bilge, a dark, dank and smelly place, ill-frequented by humankind. I tell him he couldn't have sold it to me better if he'd tried.
So the metaphorical Maltese falcon has not shown up self yet? Wait, what is happening? Okay, let me... Oh, it's a timeline of how the people boarded the, I was just hoping we could... Oh, is there a... I'm 30% of the way through. Alright. Yeah, man was sliced... his neck was sliced open. Alright, let's get your testimony, which is likely to be terrifying.
We enter the bilge, but it's too dark to see anything. Mr. Grip, who is clearly tiring of my company by this point, opens the vent in the ceiling to let in a little light. Moments later, a voice is heard, echoing down from above.
Whose voice?
A young woman, and then an older woman. I can't remember exactly what was said, but I remember thinking it sounded a little like poetry.
What happened next?
The sound of a scream, and then a dull thud.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a murder.
But which murder?
Anyway, by this point I've used up all my patience, so I decide to take my leave. I thank Mr. Grip for the tour and return to my new lodgings in the cargo hold. I have to put up my tent twice, as on the first attempt a sudden movement of the submarine undoes my progress. After some time, Mr. Grip and the young Miss Seafoam appear in my doorway. It seems they've come to fetch me for some kind of official submarine business. We head back towards the mess hall, Mr. Grip and Miss Seafoam heading up the ladder before me. I spot Dr. Zephyr emerging from the airlock. He has a glass bottle in one hand and what looks like an old leather bag in the other. I update him with what little information I have and attempt to catch up with the others. Laying on the floor is the body of Captain Magnus Mortuga. Amongst the living, mutterings are breaking out. Murder and mutiny, cauldrons and curses. But with Zephyr finally in attendance, Tadpole calls for order, demanding justice for her slain captain. But nobody really seems to know what to say. The next morning, it's announced that Miss Seafoam has taken over as captain. And, well, here we are.
Okay, so the lurch was after she got on board. Huh.